Good morning. From next weekend, Sunday the 12th of July, we will be able to open the church for Mass. Sadly, I won't be able to open St. Bridget's just yet because I cannot guarantee social distancing. The church is rather small. But here at St. Stephen's, the church will be open on Sunday the 12th for 2 Masses for both St. Stephen's parishioners and St. Bridget's, 10 a.m. Mass and 12 noon Mass. But it won't be like coming to Mass as before. When you arrive, there will be one gate open and you'll be asked to wait on the path until a steward brings you in. But more of that a little later. Before you consider coming to Mass, please look at this leaflet on our website and you'll be able to read through to show you how different things will be when you come back to Mass. And what you need to consider before coming to Mass next Sunday is this: you should stay at home if you are unwell. People who are vulnerable or who feel unsure about returning to Mass need to consider the wisdom of doing so. So if you're still shielding or if you're elderly or more susceptible to this coronavirus as you think, then please don't come next Sunday. Remember, the Sunday obligation has not been reinstated, and I'll still be recording the Mass for Sunday, so you'll be able to watch it on the website if you choose that if you think you're not able to come next Sunday. You'll be asked to bring your own face mask to Mass, so make sure you've got a face mask. So please read through the leaflet before coming. When you come to Mass next Sunday, please only bring what is necessary. You will need to have a face mask with you. This must be worn at all times. When you arrive at church next Sunday, there will be one gate open and one access to the church. You will see stewards on the path who will greet you. These paddles will be stationed along the path in order to ensure social distancing. Please stand and wait to be brought into the church. So when you're stood waiting to enter into the church, please don't stand with your friends. Keep social distance. You may stand with those who live in the same house as you, and you'll be seated with those people who live in the same household. But at all times, please be aware that we have to keep social distance. It's not as before when we can sit in church with our friends. And please be mindful and respectful of the stewards. It's all new to them. They had their first meeting this week, and I discussed with them what things we need to follow in order to open the church safely for Mass. So please respect them and to be kind to them as they try to do their work. And if you read the notice before you come, then at least you'll be aware of what they're trying to achieve so that we can all come safely to Mass. A steward will bring you into the church. Another steward will be waiting to greet you. You will need to provide your name and a contact number. These will be held for 3 weeks in order to contact and trace should it be necessary. The steward will make sure you are wearing your mask, and you will need to sanitize your hands. You will be then taken to a seat in the church. Every other bench will be sealed off. For communion, please remain in your place until the steward calls you forward. When the steward has called you from your place for communion, please observe the social distancing marks along the centre aisle. and only move forward when the person in front moves forward to the next mark. When you approach me for Holy Communion, please extend your hands fully and please keep your hands as flat as possible. Communion will only be given into the hand, not on the tongue. After you have received communion, please exit the church through the left-hand side aisle, your right, my left. The Lady Chapel will be closed next Sunday, and there will be no candle stands at either of the shrines. As you leave the church, please do not stay in the porch talking or chatting. The piety stall will be closed. Once you have received communion, please exit by these doors and then through the gate. So Mass will be very different. Once you're in your place, please don't move around the church. The toilets will not be in use. Should you need help or getting anxious, then please call one of the stewards and the steward will be able to help you. Communion will be distributed at the end of Mass. So as you leave your bench for communion, take everything with you. You will not be going back to your bench after communion. You'll be leaving the church after you've received communion. It will be strange for us. There will be no readers. There will be no sacristans or servers. There will be no singing at Mass. This is the first time for me in 29 years of being a priest that I've ever celebrated Mass without singing. So it is a strange time for all of us. There will be no candles lighted at the shrines and the Lady Chapel will be closed. Eventually we'll be able to start the candles again and we'll be able to do the other sacraments. But first, let's just get used to coming back to Mass again and enjoy that wonderful gift of the Eucharist. There will be no weekday Masses or celebrations during the week for the time being. Just 2 Masses every Sunday, 10 o'clock and 12 noon, here at St. Stephen's for both parishioners of St. Bridget's and St. Stephen's. I look forward to seeing you. It's been lonely without you. It'll be nice, even with social distancing, to be together again in the same building, celebrating Mass together.